Okay, this is the Singer Model 201-2, and it is everything about power. If you saw our listing about 2 to 3 weeks ago, we sold a machine almost identical to this. And if you want to check that listing out, even though it's closed, the feedback has already been provided. The buyer is extremely pleased with the machine, and we had just a flood of contacts from bidders. I believe there were about 72 bids on that particular listing, and a number of people were hoping to have gotten that machine. They didn't. Here's your second chance right here. And this particular 201-2 was born on September 3rd, 1952. Amazing machine. It has that direct drive motor. It's a 0.8 amp motor where you get that immediate burst of power. There's no slippage like some of the belt-driven machines, and yet you have an extreme amount of control in harnessing that power as well for detailed sewing. If you're doing quilting edge type work, you can make a quick transition of sewing under absolute control with that foot pedal and then quickly transition into heavy duty sewing. Let's go ahead and start on the bottom right hand side of this machine, right by this spool pin for bobbin winding. And you simply place your spool pin here. There's a single track right here for going up to the bobbin winding wheel. We follow up to the right side of the machine. With a simple push, you can engage that bobbin winding tire to the hand wheel, and then once that bobbin is full, it's going to automatically push that back up and disengage. If we drop straight down just above where this beautiful crest is, you can see that we've got a very easy control area for stitch length. And this 201-2 has a huge variation as far as stitch length. Anything from 6 stitches per inch all the way down to 30 stitches per inch. You also have this convenient thumb screw here where once you set that stitch length, you can lock it into position by simply turning that thumb screw, and then just as easily, if you need to do reverse sewing, you can unlock it and move it all the way into the up position to sew into reverse. And then just move it back down into the sewing range again when you want to resume sewing forward. Let me show you a sample of that stitch variation with this beautiful applique that we did. And we decided to use metallic thread on this, and this machine handles metallic thread beautifully. Some machines will struggle with it, but this 201-2 just does a beautiful job with it, as you can see. And you'll see on the outer bands of this applique, we get pretty close to that 6 to 7 stitches per inch. But as we go towards the top accent pieces that really border and frame this applique beautifully, we've gotten pretty close down to that probably 20 to 30 stitches per inch. And the final product is just a beautiful, beautiful applique that depicts that stitch length variation beautifully. And you can do the very same thing with a machine of this quality. Also, as with all of our machines, we're going to include an owner's manual. This happens to be an original owner's manual that covers every aspect of this 201-2, allowing you to really maximize it and use it with a great deal of ease. That's really one thing to say about this 201-2. It's really a simple machine to operate, and yet it has so much versatility to it. Also, this manual is going to help you to maintain this 201-2. When you get the machine, you don't need to worry about that. We on average spend 6 hours working on every one of the machines before they're ever listed on eBay. We also have a very, very careful selection process in the machines that we acquire and how we prepare them for eBay. And so when you get this machine, knowing that all of that's already been taken care of, you can simply have fun with it and enjoy this amazing machine. This machine really is a delight to sew on, and I think really the neat thing about the history of this 201-2 as well, and you'll see that in the listing also, is when Rolls-Royce was faced with a major challenge of sewing some very, very crucial parts of the interior of their luxury vehicles, they could have gone with a commercial machine and sped through the process. They could have gone with other machines. They selected this specific machine to sew those door panels and to sew other interior parts of that luxury automobile because of the amazing quality of the stitch and the strength of this machine. So really a neat little piece of history to share as well with this amazing machine. Let's go to the top of the machine, right by this spool pin, and follow it over to the left. And you can see that the threading on this 201-2 is very simple. We go through this one thread guide, down through the tension control, up to the arm, and then all the way down to the presser foot. And look at the clearance that we have under that presser foot. It's a huge amount of clearance, a huge amount of space, whether you're looking to sew heavy duty, whether you're looking to sew additional layers of quilt batting. It's easy to fit it under this presser foot. Another great convenience with this 201, look at that drop-in bobbin. If you're looking to change out bobbin thread because you're concerned about running low based on a project need, or you simply wanted to change the type of thread or the color of the thread, it's a simple step to pop one in and you can get right back to your project again. This machine is such a delight to sew on, and whoever is the winner, as with our previous winner a couple weeks ago, I'm sure is going to be equally delighted with this 201-2. If this isn't enough, we always like to add even more value to our listings. We're going to include some books with this that you'll see in the photographs, but we're also going to include this beautiful holiday type pin. It's perfect as we're approaching Christmas in just a few weeks, and just a beautiful pin for a lady to put on in celebration of the holidays, and just an added bonus that we're throwing into this listing. So make sure you check out our other videos as well, where you'll see the amazing power of this 201-2.